In this video, we're going to go over the administrator account setup. Now, upon your first login to your account, it is possible that you could be taken directly to the setup screen, but if not, once you're logged in looking at the dashboard, we're going to go up to the top of the page and click on Quick Account Setup. Then once you press this button here, you're going to get this window for account configuration to appear. And we're going to see the admin prepare. Some of the information has already been established, so we're shown the P10, user type, login security. Where we want to go first is we're going to start here with edit. Now on the following screen here, we're going to have prepare information. We're going to have the name, prepare type, P10, social, phone number, email, and if we scroll down, we're going to have address information, power of attorney. So we're going to want to complete all of the respective information, anything that applies, and we're going to continue scrolling down here to the prepare PIN signature numbers. Now the first box here is for the 5-digit PIN signature for the form 8878 and 8879. And by completing this box here, it prevents you from repeatedly having to enter your PIN. It just would automatically apply it to those forms each and every time. And then down below, if any of these numbers or these pins are applicable to you, you would want to go ahead and enter those. And once you've entered all the required information, you're going to click on Save and Continue. And then on the following screen, we're going to go through setting up login security. Now the first screen here is setting up 3 security questions. While it isn't required, it is highly recommended to make your account safe and secure. So what you would do on this screen here for each box is to select a question that you would like, provide the answer, and then once you have placed your answer, you would just want to click on Save Changes. And then the next screen is setting up 2-factor authentication. So if you click on this the button here to activate login code security, you would be providing a phone number and an email address. So each time you log in, you could opt to have a 6-digit code sent to your phone number, texted to you, or to your email address that you would have to provide to allow you to log in. And then you can add an additional layer of security by setting up the Google Authenticator. So with Google Authentication, you would click on Setup here. You would make sure you would want to have the Google Authenticator app on your phone. It'll have you scan a barcode and enter the current 6-digit code. That 6-digit code resets every minute, but that is another layer of security. And then an additional layer that you can add as well is adding a PIN, and this is a 4-digit PIN that you can add to your login security. So each time you log in, you would also be entering this 4-digit PIN as well. Now once you have entered and set up everything that you like, you would scroll to the bottom here and you would click on Complete. And then on the following screen, we're going to be looking at our firm information. Now if your firm information is the same as the admin prepare, you would just be checking this box here and it would just pull the details over here for you. So you wouldn't have to re-enter. And then over here on the right, firm information, you would want to enter the EIN, the federal EIN, the state ID number if that applies, and then most importantly, your firm EFIN number. And then once you have made those entries, you would want to click on Save Changes. And this is something, if we go back to the top here, we look at our EFIN status summary. If this is something that you have, now for this example here, we've already uploaded, but what we'd be doing is if you have not uploaded this and you do have this document available, now if you need to retrieve it, you can click on instructions here. It opens up a new window, and then it provides some instructions on how to get this document from the IRS website. But once you have it, you would be entering your tracking number, you would be uploading it, and then clicking on Upload and Save to send it to the company for review, and then eventually to be verified. Now once everything's been set up regarding the firm and everything's been submitted regarding EFIN status summary, we're just going to go ahead and click on the button here to continue to pricing. Now with pricing here, we're immediately taken to the federal pricing page, and for federal pricing we have 3 different options. We can set up a fixed rate for all returns. This means regardless of complexity, how many forms you have, how little the number of forms you have, there's the same fee. It's the same price for all returns regardless. Setting price per forms is you can set the prices per form individually. So you would just scroll through this list here, enter your prices, then you can sort by the schedules, sort by other forms, worksheets, showing all, or if you want to sort by the number, the beginning number, you can do that as well. Once you've made all your entries and your changes, then you would scroll down here to the bottom, and then you can click on Save Federal Pricing. But then our third option here would be to set price manually after every return. And so by this option here, you would essentially be setting the price manually after every return. So every return can have a different rate. So once you go through the invoice process, you would just manually type in that price. Now, regardless of whichever option you select, you would just want to make sure you click on Save Federal Pricing. And then we're going to click on Continue to State Pricing and go through the same process. We have our fixed rate for all state returns. Now, there's one additional option here that you can set price for each state. So we can go through each particular state and set their price for each one. And then there's also set price for all forms within each state. So then we'd be selecting the state here, defaults to Alabama. You could set all the prices for each individual form in Alabama, and then just going down through the list, the states that you work with, you'd be setting the price for each individual form, just like you would in the federal. And then you also have setting price manually after every state return as well. Now, whichever choice you make, once you're finished setting it up, you're going to click on Save State Pricing, and then we're going to go to Continue to Discount. Now, if you want to set up any discounts for your pricing, such as maybe a referral discount, a family and friends discount, whatever it may be, you're just going to select what will it apply to. Will it apply to the federal or the state? You're going to enter a description. So we'll put family, and we'll just say $50 discount. And now you can check this box here, and it'll automatically apply this discount to all returns. If you check this box, or if you leave it unchecked, then you would have to go in and manually apply this. But once you have entered the information, you're just going to click on Add Discount. And you can see down here it's set up. It's not set to be defaulted to apply to every return. But if you ever need to come in and change, you have your edit option here. If you need to delete, you just click on the red trash can and it takes it right off. And then if we want to do additional charges, we want to go the other way, and we need to add any additional charges for whatever it may be. Maybe there's a paper filing fee or something else that may apply. So it's the same thing. We're going to pick whether it applies to federal or state. We're going to enter a description, and we'll just do paper file. Let's say $25. Check the box if you want it to apply automatically to all returns. It's not required, but once you have it set up, you're going to click on additional charges. And just like you would with discounts, you've got the information. It's not set to default to all returns. Click here to edit. Click here to delete. And then once everything on your pricing is all set up the way you wish, we're going to click on this button here to continue to invoice configuration. And then on the following screen here, we're looking at the invoice setup. And this is something that has to be done before you're able to e-file, so it is important that we do get this taken care of. So we got to fill out at least these 3 boxes here. So our invoice number prefix, this can be anything you like. Personally, I like to put in the year, but that's up to you. And then your sequence starting number. What would you want it to start with? And I'm going to plug this one. And then office location, which can be anything. I'm just going to pop in Maine. And then you have an option down here for 2 boxes. You can check this box if you want to treat all bank payments or refund transfers as an invoice until the money comes in, until you're paid. And then you can check this second box here to show a detailed fee disclosure for bank products. You can select these if you'd like. It is not required. The only ones required are these first 3 up here. But once you have made your entries and your selections, you're just going to click on Save and Close. And then you're taken back to the dashboard, and you are ready to start preparing returns. And that is how you go through the administrator account setup.